Aloha kako, this is Kale Gumapac. I wanted to, just give all of you an update as to what is happening because there have been a lot of comments, a lot of people that have been concerned about what has happened to me and the eviction to my home. People have said that I have been evicted, taken out as a result of what happened with the YouTube video that we posted several weeks ago, actually almost 2 months ago. And I'm still here. So I wanted to do another video to show you that, see, I'm still here, still viable, still going on, and still in the fight, and we're still working with Dr. Keanu Sai and doing a lot of work in helping people. So I'm going to be talking with several other people. I'm going to be talking with Nancy Monroe in the show, who is the adjuster for Laulima title searching claims. I'm also going to be talking to Robert Malu, who is here in Puna, and also with Laulima title searching claims, and also a new client with Peter and Helani Mahoy, who's a new client. And we're going to be talking with them also. But again, as you can see, the house and what's all taking place, some of the signs that we have up on the fence, I'm still here. Okay, so whatever rumors that you may be hearing that I've been evicted from the house and so forth, just rumors. Okay, because we're solid, we're still here, and the laws that are applying, in the defect in titles, the treaties of annexation, the executive agreements, and war crime charges that would be filed are still in place. So I hope if you have any questions, you can always go to our website, Laulima Title Searching Claims, or go to Dr. Keanu Sai's blog, hawaiiankingdom.org/blog for a lot of the information. So hang in there, and again, stay tuned for some of the interviews that we'll be bringing to you. Okay? I'll be back in a few seconds. Aloha. Welcome to the Kanaka Council, or Kanaka Express, they call it my show. I've got Robert Malu Jr. from the Puna district on the island of Hawaii, and actually he was born and raised in Kalapana, and he's here, and I wanted to talk story with Robert to kind of get his participation and give you his story about how he got involved with Laulima and also involved with Dr. Keanu Sai. Robert? Hey, Malu,
all right.
joining me this morning, because we're kind of putting a different twist, in the Kanaka Express, because we've been doing everything on Oahu. So I decided to, talk story with you so that we can give people a taste of what it's like in Puna.
All right, yeah.
We talked a little bit about why you decided to get involved with Dr. Keanu Sai and what he was doing. Maybe you could put it in your own words. What was it?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Well, actually, it's been about 2 years ago, I think it was, when I was first approached by my brother, Kalapana, out in Molokai, And this was in regards to Laulima and what Dr. Kianusai was doing for being part of Laulima. And he was telling me, and he said, hey man, you gotta come and listen to this. So I said, well, I was kind of skeptical at first because, there's a lot of groups out there who claim this and that and about the kingdom and stuff, and, they still never moved anywhere. So when I heard about Laulima, I said, wow, gotta check this out, So we went down to Uncle Kali's hale, and then the presentation was made there, and what I saw was unbelievable. It's unrefutable, and that's what changed me to be part of Laulima, and also to join the restoration of the Kingdom of Hawaii. And what Laulima is doing is pure black and white. You cannot refute that at all because it comes straight out of the political history and right down to reality to this very day, and what happened back then is definitely wrong. It was Americanized through the process of education, being taught the wrong thing, and then when you come to like my age, it's like, holy smokes, I never knew this until 2 years ago, which was like, oh my goodness, And now I'm a full believer in what Laulima is doing and also in what Dr. Kianusai is doing.
Well, what have you seen, in terms of the impact has been with other people, and what, not only other people, but also the impact that with the research that Dr. Sai has done here, in not only in the courts, but in Hawaii?
Well, the impact is very large, and it's actually in the international level right now, and the impact of Laulima helping people to stay in their homes through foreclosure or because of a defective title. I mean, that's right there is big in itself, and for what Dr. Kianusai is doing now, it seems like to me it motivated, it got more motivation into a higher level of into the political realm right now. So, I mean, it's to me it's because of what Laulima has done, in helping people stay in the homes because of defective title, and then going to court and fighting this in the U.S. court, which is of course is not the right court, and that's a big impact to me, and I am for the Kingdom of Hawaii, and I always gonna be from now on. Thanks to Laulima.
You have been involved in going to some of the court cases, and what have you seen what has been your experience in watching what has taken place in the courts?
Yeah, you go into the courtroom and then you sit down, and then, Dexter comes up, and then he start, doing the proceeding and stuff, and all of the evidence that is laid out front, in the front of these guys, and the evidence that cannot be refuted, they're just not paying attention to anything. They're just bypassing whatever evidence is there that is the right evidence, and they're just coming up with their own interpretation of their laws, and just illegally just wiping the thing right out, just throwing the whole case out, and they know what Laulima presented is the facts, and of course it gets me kind of upset, I get kind of upset because of that, but then, the thing is, I know what Laulima is doing is just laying down the format and then putting down all of the facts in there, and those facts are being used internationally with the International Criminal Court, and also in the International Court of Justice too. So I know it's not here, it is, but out there it's a bigger effect. And for what Laulima is doing to me, it's awesome.
Now, what's your feeling on Kanaka?
Oh my goodness, you guys, if you guys join in Kanaka, please don't, because you're going to be right underneath the thumb of the United States, and that's what you don't want, because that's what it's going to get you, under the thumb of the United States. Don't do it, you guys. Kingdom of Hawaii is the way to go, and we govern ourselves.
Well, I'd like to thank you for your thoughts, because it's really good that we bring in people from various parts of Hawaii, and especially coming from Puna, because for the last several weeks I've had just Dr. Kenosai or Attorney Dexter Kayama.
Well, yeah.
And so to have people like yourself on Kanaka Express to be able to express your thoughts and your views on what's taking place is really, really important, that people out watching the show know that we have grassroots people like yourself being involved and making a difference in the community.
Oh man, you know what? Thanks to you, that's for sure, man. You guys are doing a great job, and you guys, I can definitely tell you that if you hire a lawyer to try to save your home, it's not going to work, okay? Defective title is the way to go, and Laulima can prove it all the way to the T. Black and white, man.
Okay, Robert, mahalo for joining us.
Right on. Aloha, Uncle.
Okay. Well, back again with Kanaka Express. And this time I'd like to introduce Nancy Monroe. And Nancy is the adjuster, the claims adjuster for Laulima. And a lot of people kind of wonder, well, what is a claims adjuster all about? And especially for title insurance and so forth. And so I thought that it would be a good idea for us to, or for me to bring the claims adjuster for Laulima on, so that we can kind of clear up the air about what the claims adjuster does, and exactly what is it, and what she does, with Laulima. So with that, Nancy, mahalo for joining the Kanaka Express.
All right, thank you. As a public claims adjuster, first I had to be licensed by the state. And that's a little ironic, because our claim is that the state is illegal and has no authority here. But in order to help our clients, I had to be licensed. And what a public claims adjuster does is when there's a loss, we go in and we review all the evidence and find supporting documentation as to why a claim should be paid.
So let's get more specific with the title insurance. What is it? What are you looking for?
All right. When you make a loan to buy property, you're required by the lender to purchase title insurance to protect the lender. So you pay a one-time premium for title insurance, and it's supposed to guarantee payment of the loan in case of a loss. And in this case, the loss is the defect in title. And so due to the defect in title based on an incompetent notary and the wrong office that your deed is registered, your deed and your mortgage is registered, that is considered a complete loss under previous cases that have been decided, Garamendi being one. And so in that case, because of the wrong notary and the wrong office that your documents are recorded in, that's two defects in title that we're able to prove. And so we put in a claim for the title insurance to pay off whatever debt is owed to the lender.
So has any claim been paid so far?
No, so far not. The courts and all the title insurance companies are replying that Hawaii has been a state since 1959, and in a case, State versus Lorenzo, the Intermediate Court of Appeals, Judge Walter Heen, said that in that case it was not proven that Hawaii is a sovereign independent country. And so they're still upholding that the state is the correct entity. But due to the fact that there is no treaty of annexation, and we're able to prove that there's been a conspiracy and a cover-up for over 120 years, this is not the state of Hawaii. This is not the 50th state. This is still the Hawaiian Kingdom.
Well, but how is that now being, I guess, shown to the title insurance companies? What now is being done in order to get the title insurance companies to realize that?
Keanu is going to be in the Netherlands. Today is October 31st, and he's going up next week, and he has a case for the International Court of Justice against 64 countries. And this is to force all these countries that have existing treaties with the Hawaiian Kingdom to stop doing business in the Hawaiian Islands with America. Because America cannot legally be here. All those contracts need to be canceled, embassies removed, diplomats, consulates, everything from American negotiation needs to stop and be renegotiated with the Hawaiian Kingdom.
So how is that going to come into play with the title insurance?
That's going to show that Hawaii is not a state and is not part of the United States of America. And that the Hawaiian Kingdom does still exist, the sovereignty still exists, the government needs to be restored. And that is just the executive power that the Queen gave up on January 17th of 1893. She did not abdicate. She did not give up the country. And she was supposed to have been restored to the throne. And when I learned that 3.5 years ago, it really changed my life. And when the International Court of Justice sees the facts and acknowledges that America is here illegally, then a process will begin to institute an Article 2 court, first of all, by the Rear Admiral Locklear in Oahu. And Hawaiian Kingdom constitutional law is what needs to be administered here in the islands. American law here is illegal under international law, under the laws of occupation, and that'll show that the state is not a legal entity here. And so all deeds, notarized documents, everything is also illegal.
Okay. And, well, how soon do you think this will take place with the title insurance companies that claims will be paid? I'm asking you all these questions because these questions are probably being asked by your clients.
When the International Court of Justice decides the case that Keanu has before them that's coming up, it's probably going to make international news finally. All these years, people have been fighting with the state and fighting with the feds, federal recognition. That's all out the window now. It's on an international level. And once Hawaiian sovereignty is restored to the government, once the government comes back and the sovereignty is acknowledged, it's just going to be, a matter of time. I would think within months, the title insurance companies are going to be forced to have to pay out.
Okay, so any last thoughts, to people out there that's watching the show as to what they should be doing?
Just staying strong. Education is the key here. Most people in Hawaii are not aware of what's going on. We've sent out press releases. I have 2 friends that are with the media that, this has not appeared on mainstream media in Hawaii. Online periodicals have picked it up, Hawaii News Now, but it's just not getting out there. And we need to educate people as to what's about to happen, because it's going to hit big and it's going to take people by surprise if they're not educated. So we need to get the word out there, as many people as possible, to understand what's about to happen, because the government will be restored. And it's on the horizon. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's getting brighter and closer all the time, and I can just see that. I used to hope it was within our lifetime, but I think it's within the next, year or 2 that this is all going to hit the fan. And it's going to take people by surprise, so it's important that we educate people.
Okay, well, again, mahalo for joining me on Kanaka Express 19, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more from you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I have Peter and Helene Mahoe joining me now, and Peter and Helene came to Laulima as new clients, and just recently, and with a really, really interesting story. And it's a story that is not unlike many of you who are out there. And so I thought their story should be shared with all of you, so that they could be heard. And for those of you out there that are in the same boat as they, you should be doing the same thing also, okay? Because help is out there for you. And I asked them to share their story with you, and they agreed. So, Peter, Helene, mahalo for joining me.
Pleasure.
On Kanaka Express.
Thanks for having us on the show.
Can you, share your story and from the beginning?
From the beginning.
And kind of tell us what happened.
Whew, wow.
Now, you were, both of you, served, in the occupiers' military force, right?
That is correct. I have 7 years service with the United States Army, as well as my wife. How many years?
7.5 years in the military, Air Force and Army.
Oh, both of you, seven plus years.
The both of us, Uncle. And with that being said, shucks. We bought a house ending of 2007, and moved to this beautiful island, big island, and we stopped making mortgage payments in 2008 because we joined this hui with Mahealani Oliver, hoping that we could be able to pay off our note that we owed to the lender. And with that being said, we winded up getting foreclosed on the next year, 2009. We winded up getting served these documents from one of these process servers named Kanaka, and he came by and showed us that we were in default because we didn't pay our mortgage note, and that the banks were gonna try to foreclose on us. So with that being said, we've been going through the foreclosure process for the past 5 years with Bank of America, and it's been pretty tough, living day by day, being fearful, that we're gonna lose our home, and not if, but when. And once we found out that Mahealani Oliver was going through issues as far as fraudulent scams, with families, we took it amongst ourselves to find other avenues of approaches. And each time we try to, go through different processes, it always led us to a dead end. And just recently, we got served this notice to vacate our home from the county sheriff's, Sheriff Patrick Hawaii, and he told us that we needed to vacate our home. If not, he's gonna execute the writ of ejectment that Judge Hara had on us, a court order. So when he came down to serve this notice to vacate, he mentioned Dexter Kayama, Keanu, and yourself, Uncle. And when he mentioned those names, everybody, it just raised a flag, like, wow, why would he mention, if I'm affiliated with these people, Dexter Kayama, Keanu Sai, and Kale Gumapac? It just raised a flag, and I'm like, okay. So anyways, he went about with his business, and me and my wife got together, we huddled up, and we're like, we need to go reference. So we referenced the folks, Uncle, and ended up finding a YouTube video with the same person, Patrick Hawaii. And I just loved how you educated him as far as what he's doing wrong, as well as the courts and just the state of Hawaii in general. So when I saw that YouTube video, I knew we had to give you a call and see how you can help us in keeping us in our home. And that's what we did. And we're here today. What can I say?
Well, so what's happened so far? Are you still in your home?
We are still in our home, and we're now clients of you folks. It's been 4 weeks since we've been served that notice to vacate, and yeah, we basically did the paperwork to you folks, and we are still currently in our home. And I want to keep it that way.
Well, and also, what have you learned?
Wow.
We could begin with that every homeowner that has a loan has a defect in title. And that's what we're pretty much hitting towards, is getting those defects in title fixed so that everybody can keep their homes.
And also one thing I learned was the actual truth, as far as there was no annexation of Hawaii, and proof is the Ku'e petition, that's one, and the 2 executive agreements. And this is just to all you folks out there, Kanaka and non-Kanaka, we all need to know the truth. And wow, when I went to your seminar down in Kalapana, shucks, powerful information that I didn't even know myself. And it really hurt my feelings, but what am I gonna do? Am I gonna get mad about it and not do nothing, or am I gonna put that into to a positive positive direction and be pono about it? And that's what we're doing right now, trying to be pono. And yeah, with that being said, shucks, we're still fighting the fight, because this is our home. And as veterans, it hurts my feelings that they couldn't even help us out, Uncle, as far as a home loan modification or a home loan restructuring. And I'm talking about the banks, Bank of Hawaii, Countrywide Home Loans. And it just hurt my feelings that we served their great nation, but this so-called great nation couldn't serve us veterans in return. And it really hurt my feelings, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. And I can't say anything further than that.
You were in Afghanistan or Iraq?
I served overseas in Iraq.
In Iraq.
Yes.
And I think, and a couple times, like you were telling me, you were almost killed.
Oh, yes, yes. You know what? And, man, I wouldn't wish that on anybody, you know, to serve a cause that
It's not even your war.
It's not even our war, you know, such as Vietnam. So all you Vietnam veterans, it's for you folks too, yeah. But it is what it is. What can I tell you? But I'm here. I'm alive, and I'm fighting the real war. We're fighting the real war, the real battle, which is our home front over here in Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly glad that you picked up the phone.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
and you made that phone call, and that you're still able to be in your home, and we're doing what we're doing, and you guys are making the difference because you guys are the future of Hawaii. You guys are the future. And so it's very, very important that we keep you guys to move forward in Hawaii.
Hi.
Okay. And again, mahalo for sharing, your story. How about you, Helene? Any final thoughts?
I'm glad we finally got to make it here, that we're still fighting for, like you said before, we're still in our house, we've become very educated, and I suggest that all you folks who are going through the same thing, educate you guys yourselves too. If you can, jump online, www.lalima.com. If not, call the number at 808-982-9020. So anybody be ready to answer your call. You're going through pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, back on mortgage payments, or if you're a homeowner, I recommend you folks give them a call, jump online. If you're out of island, they also hold webinars that you can sign up for. Just give them your email, your information. Hopefully we'll see you guys at one of the webinar seminars or classes. And yeah, hope you guys out fight your fight, save your home.
Our fight.
Our fight, save our houses and our homes and get back what is rightfully ours. So stay tuned, stay educated, and yeah.
Mahalo.
Okay. Mahalo for joining me.
Yeah, pleasure, pleasure.
Just for a day, our king and queen would visit all these islands and saw everything. How would they feel about the changes of our land? Could you just imagine if they were around and saw highways on the sacred grounds? How would they feel about this modern city life? Tears would come from each other's eyes as they would start to